Hello everyone, welcome back to the session 2.2. Again today we are going to start the next topic in the Python fundamental. This is lecture 2.2. In this lecture we are going to learn about the data types, numbers, sequences and expressions, right? Now in Python, whenever we work with the programming language, then we have to specify the type of data which we are going to work with, right? Means like MS Word, like Excel, you are free to enter any type of data. In MS Word, when you are typing something, you can type any text, any number, any type of special symbols like plus, minus, divide or dollar symbol. Anything you can type without any problem, without any limitation. In the same way in Excel, you are free to use any type of data in the form of row and column. But when we are working with the programming language, then we need to specify type of data, because data type requires for the calculation purpose. Whatever calculation, whatever program we are writing, for that programming purpose, for that logic, which on the logic which we are using in that concept, which type of data is required from the user as input and what output is expected. On the basis of complete concept, we need to provide the type of data. In Python, following data types are supported, like numeric data type consists int, float and complex, right? Sequences, we have sequence in Python like string, list, tuple. We have mapping, dictionary. We have sets also. We have two types of sets in Python, sets and frozen sets. We have another type of data like binary data, bytes, byte array and memory view. We have boolean type of data which only accept value in the form of true and false. And one special type of data also we have in Python, only in Python, not in any other programming language we have, that is none. None means absence of data. Absence of data is none. In other programming languages, the same is also known as null. But here in Python, none concept is used. Now, let us understand about the numeric data types, int, float and complex, right? So first of all, if we talk about the int means integer. Int always represents integer. Although we are not here bounded to use int keyword or float keyword or complex keyword, we are not bounded to specify the type of data. In Python, whenever we declare a variable with any value, on the basis of that value, automatically the type of data is determined. Right, for example, if we are writing here a equal to 55, marks equal to 99, age equal to 44, it means a, marks and age, these three variables are having integer. They are integer type of data. In the same way, floating point presents, float data type presents the floating point number, the number which has decimal parts like a equal to 55.66, marks equal to 99.5 and age equal to 44.5. So wherever we are giving decimal value, that is known as floating point data. And another type of data we have in Python, that is complex. Complex data is used to represent complex number, and these numbers are having a real number and imaginary part both together. For example, just like it is given here, c equal to plus 2 plus 3j and d equal to 5 plus 5j. Here 2 is a kind of real number, real value, and 3j is a kind of imaginary part. So these data types are used for scientific purpose and also used for mathematical problem solution. We will discuss in detail. We also will be discussing the detail. Let us check the same type of data on Python with practical demonstration. For example, if I am writing here num equal to 55 and num1 equal to 88, Now if you want to print the type of data, then just use print statement and just write type. Type is a function, predefined function in Python, which is used to display the type of data by passing the variable. Right now num is showing here int, right? And if we are writing here num equal to 66.6, and again if we are printing the same type, it will display float, right? So this is the beauty of Python, where dynamic typing is used. It supports dynamic typing, means once you declare a value to the variable, the type of variable will be determined on the basis of value assigned, right? Now you understood about the int, float, and the same way complex numbers. If we write here, suppose k equal to 44 plus 6j. Now if we are printing a k, it is displaying in this format, in complex format. And if we are going to print the type of this number, it is also going to display complex, right? Complex. Now what is the use of complex? So this type of complex numbers are used for scientific and mathematical solutions. We have a lot of mathematical formulas. Wherever we use those type of formula, we need to use this complex number. So this we will cover in any other video, not in this video because it will be so lengthy. Now next we have here string, sequence type of data. And under the sequence type of data, we have string, we have list, and we have tuple. This string is a part of many other programming languages, but list and tuple, these are very powerful type of data, sequential type of data in Python, which provides lot of good capabilities for the programmers. So string means whenever we put any character, any sequence of character within double quotes, that is known as string, either single quote or double quote. Okay, sometimes we also can use triple quote together. So like example is given here, s equal to hello world. So this is one example of a string type of data. Now list in Python, list represent an ordered and mutable collection of items. List can contain elements of different types. This is one of the very important feature. List can contain elements or data of different types, and it is mutable. How to use list, how to work with complete functions of list, we will discuss into another video. But here just to understand, we have one more type of data in Python, which is list, which can store multiple different types of values. Like here in the example, my list equal to under square bracket 1, 2, 3, Python. So now 1, 2, 3, these are numeric values, integers, and rest is a string, right? So means we can store multiple different types of values. In the same way, tuple, just like a list, tuple is also used to hold the ordered immutable collection of different items or different types of data. The difference between tuple and list is only here that list items are mutable. We, after declaring list, we can change the value of list in future, but once tuple is declared, we cannot change the value of tuple in the same program. Once it is declared, we cannot change it, right? Once I will show the example again in Python, like name equal to Ravi Kumar, age is numeric, and if you want to print here, then we can print name comma age together. So Ravi Kumar 55. We cannot have any kind of we cannot have any kind of additions in string. Next is list. So how to define a list? Suppose I am making students equal to under square bracket Ravi, Sumit, Kavita. Now these three values we have given. Again we can give here one numeric value, one floating point value, and then we print this variable which is list. It will display students. It will display all values together, right? How to access single value from this element from this list we will discuss later in the next video. The same thing is tuple, right? Numbers equal to, we have to use parentheses. While we are using list, we have to use square bracket, and when you want to use tuple you have to use this parenthesis. Right, number. So now it is displaying the same value which is stored in the tuple. So I hope all of you have understood about the string, about the list, about the tuple, and how all these data types are being used in programming language. We will discuss in next video. Next we have mapping. Dictionary. Dictionary is very powerful feature of Python. Dictionary stores value in the form of key and value, right? It represents an unordered collection of key value pairs. Means, for example, if my dict is a kind of variable, it stores value in this format. The very first element will be the key and the next element will be the value. It will be joined by colon sign, then separated by comma, again age colon 30. Now how to declare a list? Let us see. I am taking here a file and I am writing program here. For example, I am making a list of students detail. So I will write here, suppose study equal to, use curly braces. To define any dictionary we need to use curly braces. This difference also we have to understand. If you want to declare list we have to use square bracket. If you want to use tuple we need to use parenthesis, and for dictionary we need to use curly braces. These three things keep in mind. This is first for list, second for tuple, and third for dictionary. Now how to define a value in dictionary? For example, you want to make 101 as a key, and suppose this is a roll number and this is going to be name Anil. Now this is key and this is value. So this is one pair of key value. Pair is denoted by colon sign. Okay, so this is key and this is value. Again another value. You can continue in the same line, or you can come to next line. 102 colon Ravi, 103 colon Sumit. One thing again we have to keep in mind, if all the keys must be unique in dictionary. If I am repeating a key, for example, if I am repeating 103 as a key and storing the name of Samarth. Now, so what will happen? This much I am just presenting. Now, if I am going to print yesterday, then what will happen? You see the output. If any key is repeated, then the last key will be validated. The last key will be displaying the value, right? So let us see the example. Now here we can see 101 Anil, 102 Ravi, and 103 Samarth. So Samarth is the last value stored in the dictionary. So it is very important in dictionary, key should not be repeated, otherwise the last value which is assigned to the same key will be represented, will be stored in the dictionary. So this is very good feature of Python, where we can store multiple values. Not only in the values, we can store even list also. In the for example, in the place of suppose I'm making it 104, and in the place of sum earth we can store complete list also as a value. This is the beauty of Python list. Now we have complete list also as a value of key 104. Now after completing this example of dictionary, we come to the sets. Sets, as you know, it is used for the mathematical purpose and also used for the analysis of different types of computations. So basically sets represents an unordered collection of unique elements, right? It is also storing unordered collection of unique elements, means all the values in the sets must be unique, right? Now yes, sets represents an unordered collection of unique elements, means if you want to store unique elements, unique values, then we must use sets. For example, again, if I'm using here contact equal to, again we have to use here curly braces for sets. Suppose if I'm writing here some values, and if by mistake we have repeated some value like 444, and if you're printing it, it will store only unique values in the list. Right? Values are not being repeated. So we have one more application of sets here. If you have a repeated list, you can convert that list into the sets and automatically all the repetition will be removed. Now we have another type of data, frozen set, which is an immutable version of sets. Sets are also mutable, but frozen sets are immutable. We cannot change the value of frozen sets, right? Examples, in the same way, use frozen set function and store value in the form of list, so we cannot change the value. Here in this example, if we want to change the value, right, contact, and if we are presenting indexing value, suppose we are changing index 1 equal to, we are giving a suppose 55, which is not in the list, right? And again we are running the program, it does not support item assignments. Okay, sets doesn't support item assignments. So we were discussing about the frozen set. The frozen set is also just like sets only, but the values are not being changed into sets once it is assigned, but in normal sets the value can be changed. How to use all these sets and frozen sets in detail we will discuss later. Now we have another type of data in Python, which is binary. In binary format we have bytes, byte array and memory view. These are the new keywords, new types added in the new version of Python. Earlier it was not there in the previous version, like Python 2.0. Now as you can see, bytes represents immutable sequence of bytes. Immutable sequence of bytes. For example, if b equal to b hello, so hello is just normal like a string, but this is not being stored in the format of a string. It is being stored in the memory like as a byte, sequence of bytes directly. So if you want to change it, it cannot be changed later on. Once it is declared, it cannot be changed. Byte array function is used to create mutable sequence of bytes which can be changed in future. Once it is declared, you can change it. And memory view function is used to locate or check the memory location of byte objects. For example, let us check the example. If we are taking a new file, or again we are running the same file. Okay, now suppose name equal to, I'm writing here B comma Ravi is going, right? And now if you are printing your name, so this is means we are thinking this is a kind of normal string, but this is not a normal string. It is displaying as a string, but in memory this is being stored in the form of bytes. How to get it? If we try to get a single character from this string, like name, and if you are putting your index value, right? So what it is displaying? 82. 82 is the ASCII value of R, capital R. So that is why I was telling it, it is storing directly in the form of byte into the memory. And if you try to change this value, suppose if you are trying to change, or if you are going to put another value, it will not allow, because byte is immutable. And if you want to change it, then for that purpose we have byte array. The same thing we can declare with the help of byte array. For example, suppose again name1 equal to byte array declare, and this is a function because parentheses are being used. If after any word or any name parentheses are being used, it means that is a kind of function. Again use b, and for example purpose I am using here very simple statement a b c d. Now if you are printing your name1, it is displaying this way, and if you want to see the ASCII value of your this name1, just write name element 0, it will display 65. 65 is the ASCII value of capital letter A, and 97 is start with the small letter a. And now if you want to change here, for example name of 0, we want to write here small letter a, so 97 is the ASCII value of that, and again print name1. Now it has been changed, so now in the place of capital letter A, small letter a has been displayed, has been replaced. Next we have if you want to check the memory location of this variable, so we have to use memory view function, which will display where in the memory this variable or this object has been created. So just use memory view and pass your name1. Now this is the output, this is a memory location. It can be different at your computer because in each computer memory locations are different, so maybe the same output will not come at your computer, but it is displaying the memory address. So this is the use of all these functions. I hope understood. Byte array and memory view. Next we have boolean. Boolean is a special type in Python which is used to hold value in the form of true or false. Sometimes we need sometimes use expression where the output is always coming in true, or sometimes output is always coming in false. Those outputs can be stored into boolean type of value. For example, if we are writing a pass equal to true, so it means pass is having a value true. Wherever we are going to use this value pass, it will present true. True means 1 and false means 0, right? And another type of value we have on another type of data we have in Python is none. None means whenever you are declaring a variable, so you must declare with some value, then only variable can be declared. Without any value, any variable cannot be declared. So if you just write x, it will be showing error because x must have some value. For some value it need to have some integer value. If nothing is given, then you will give 0, x equal to 0, but 0 is also kind of numeric value, integer value. and if you want to use x as a string variable, then you have to provide double quotes, right? But you want to declare a variable, but there should not be any value stored in it, so that should be none. So in this example you can see x equal to none, y equal to 500, and if we write here c equal to x plus y, then it will throw error because x is none, nothing, no value is there, but y is having 500, so 500 cannot be added with none type. Okay, now expression in Python, not only in Python, in any programming languages, expression is a combination of values, variables, operators, functions, and some keywords which can be evaluated together to provide a separate result. Whenever we use expression, then expressions are always used to provide some output, some result, right? So in simple language you can say where expressions are combinations of variables, operators, special symbols, functions calls, values, which all together provide a kind of result. We have different types of expressions here. First we have arithmetic expressions like x equal to 5 plus 3 into 2, output is 11. Relational expression where we check the value which is less than, more than, we compare the value to each other. Logical expressions we have which stores value in the form of true and false. We have string expressions which stores value of strings. We have assignments expressions where we can assign the value like x equal to 10, y equal to x plus 5, and output of y is 15. So this is a kind of assignment expression. Lambda expression is also available where we provide lambda feature which works as a function. For example, if we write square equal to lambda x colon x into x, so square which is variable will work as a function. Any value passed to the square, that will be performing on the basis of this sequence, this expression. In the place of x into x, if we are writing x plus x, it will be added always. Now we have list comparison expression. List comparison is also one of the very important part of Python, where a sequence of list can be generated using list comprehension expression. In list comprehension expression we have to use like in the example we have given x into 2 for x in range 5, means for x in range 5, first of all this will be evaluated, and if condition is true, then x into 2 will be executed. Let's see the practical example of lambda expressions and list comprehension, because all other examples though you can understand easily as per the example given on the screen, but let us see once more practically how lambda is working and how list comparison is working. Let us see. For lambda, so lambda is a special kind of expressions in programming Python which is used to convert an expression in the form of fixed formula. For example, suppose we want to calculate the square or we want to calculate the cube, right? So I am writing a cube equal to lambda, and the variable must be suppose c colon, we have to use c into c, right? So now what will happen, this statement will be converting in the form of formula. This is kind of expressions which is going to be converted in the form of formula, right? Now how to call it, just use print statement, print cube. So here cube is a single variable, but now it is going to work as a function. So use parenthesis, pass a value, suppose I am passing here 10. Now this 10 will be transferred to using lambda keyword, and this will be multiplied 3 times and will be updated, and this result will be the part of cube only. Let's see the output. You can see the output. Now it is working as a complete function. So lambda keyword is used to convert a simple variable which can work as a function, right? So in the same way, if we are updating it, for example we are writing C plus C, then again we can pass the same thing. It will list to the 20, 10 plus 10, 20. Now next is list comprehension. What is list comprehension? List comprehension is used to generate a list based on given formula within square bracket. For example, if I want to generate the table of 5, so we will write table equal to square bracket, because it is a list comprehension and list is used to create with the square bracket only. And first we have to write the formula how to generate. We have to write 5 into x, where x is a variable which is being used in loop. For x in range, suppose 10 I am giving here. That's it. And now print table variable. So what is happening here in this statement? First of all, this right hand side statement will be executed. Right hand side expression will be executed, which is a kind of loop and which is generating 10 numbers between 0 to 9, and those numbers will be stored in x one by one, and that number will be multiplied by 5 and will be stored as a list, because all these expressions are within list. So it will be creating sequence of numbers, sequence of table of 5 within list. Let us see the output. So here we can see 0, 5, 10, 15, in the gap of 5, 5 numbers are being generated and printed. I hope understood. Okay, come back. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's discuss next topic in next video.